Hey everybody, I'm Ashley. Welcome to Weekend Hero. Today I'll be doing an oil change on my 2012 Honda Civic. But before that, we gotta do some errands. That's my kid. First stop, Goodwill. That was a Goodwill drop off. Okay, just made it to Errands Auto Parts. Gonna get some oil. We're at CVS getting my daughter's medicine.
May I help you?
Hi, I'm looking to see if my daughter's medicine is done. Isabel.
If you want to give me like 10 minutes, it's only going to be 79 cents, okay?
All right, cool. Medicine's still not ready. All right. Since CVS is another 10 minutes for the medicine, we're getting Starbucks.
Starbucks.
Hi. Can I get a venti very hibiscus?
Got it?
You want the K-pop? Yeah. Okay. Do you guys still have birthday K-pops?
Yes, sir.
How many? Just one? Yeah. Just one.
Okay.
Anything else? No. That be all. Two. All right, let's head back to CVS. Yep. Thank you. All right, got the medicine, and we're off. So I'm back home, but before I can get started, I gotta move out all this mess to this side. Don't mind why I have so many power wheels. Most of them are not working. That's for a future video. All right, now to bring the car in and get the oil from my wife's car. What do you know? It's actually raining. For those of you that have never done an oil change, process pretty simple. Okay, so pretty simple. Turn on your car, the on position, turn off, door open. So you'll see it says service due soon A1. All right, so obviously your car is gonna bring one of these awesome user manuals if you have it. If not, you can probably go to the internet and get any of this information. But what you're gonna find in your user manual is a section on maintenance. And if you go down there, you should see that changing the oil and oil filter is on a specific page. But before we go to that page, notice how my car said it needed an A1 service. So A1 is just referring to replace engine oil, And the code 1 is to additionally rotate my tires. I'm gonna move the fronts to the back because I have directional tires. Now, as for the oil change, when you go to that to the page where it refers to oil change, you'll see that per your engine, and I have a 1.8 liter, and I'll say on the block it needs 3.9 quarts, right? So if you go to the almost at the back of your manual, you should have what kind of oil your car needs. And as you notice over there, it needs, if I'm changing with the filter, which I am, I need 3.9 US quarts, and it has to be, let me get a zoom, OW20 for this model Honda. Your oil cap on your engine should, where you're going to be placing the oil into, should also have the grade of the oil you need to buy. This is your oil cap. You should be able to see that it also says 0W20, and it also refers you to the service manual. That is the oil I bought, and my filter. Handbrake on. Very important. You gotta locate your jacking point. This might be different car to car, but on this car, it happens to be this metal bar right here. Just so right there. You want to give yourself enough space to work under the car. That's a good lift. That's about right. Safety first, guys. Now I can't actually work with the jack stand here, so I'm just gonna lower it on the stands real quick. Just lower it slowly. All right. Now get this out of the way. And as you see, this should give me enough room to access the bottom of the car. If you have wheel chucks, chuck your wheels. Just a safety precaution. All right, so once under the car, you'll notice that for my particular car, I have this plastic cover. Actually, this one's made out of metal, very thin metal though. The rest is plastic. All this black stuff is plastic. So in order to get under the oil pan, I gotta remove this. Simply, it's just a little, let's see if I can get it in focus. It's just a Phillips. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove this. It's just over here. And this off. That's out of the way, right? And right here, you'll notice it'll actually say right there, engine oil. Now, I know everybody saw me just turn on the car and drive it in, but it's been quite a few minutes from that. So this is actually the exhaust pipe right here. It is cool to the touch, so I am not gonna get burned. This is where your engine oil is gonna come out of. In my car, it happens to be a 17mm bolt, so I got a 17. And I'm going to now just crack the bolt. Now this could be extremely tight. Get myself a bit comfortable here. There you go. So the nut is cracked. So see, I can loosen it, but you don't want to take it completely off. Notice, because I have no oil pan on the floor, which means if I were to open that, it's just gonna dump oil everywhere. So this is where we're gonna bring in the oil pan. Right. I got myself some napkins or tissues and a glove, because no matter how many times I do this, I always manage to get this, make it extremely messy for myself. And it'll start dripping and then go. There you go. Oil is coming out. As I said, I was getting on myself a little bit. So I got my tissue ready to go. And I'm gonna wipe this up. Right, here's a pro tip for you guys. I got a pro tip. And literally it's just to open up this the cap. Sorry, not the gas cap, the oil cap. Leave that open so there's air coming from the top. That way it just happens to flow faster. And I'll give it about 10 minutes so it can just get everything out of there. You see, these are actually oil drain plugs, gaskets for Honda. So I buy a bunch of them. That way, whenever I do an oil change, I already have a backup, because it is smart to change the gasket every time you change the oil. These do get crushed in the nut. That's why it was so tight. So though you can reuse the old one, it's always a good idea to change for a new one. As you can see, gasket, or see that crush washer, whatever you want to call it, is still on there, and it's on there pretty tight. So I'm gonna just tap it off. There you go. So it's off. So I'm gonna go ahead and get a new one on here. Meet new washer. And just get a nice one. So this guy is ready to go. I'm just gonna place it to the side here. My oil filter is this white cap right over here. I don't know if you see it. It's this guy right here. So I gotta put the oil pan under that and then crank that out with my hand. Replace it. Now that's gonna be filled with oil too. So you might, this is where it's gonna get real dirty. All right, so I'll put this right under it, and this is gonna make a mess, there's no doubt about it. Just gonna twist it off. Oh, it's in there tight. I'm back. I got a tool. This is a vice grip clamp. This is one of the main reasons why I buy the K&N filters. They are designed so you can use a wrench in order to pop them out. I just use a vice grip. I don't really care. You're not going to reuse this anyways, so just make sure you get a good grip on it. Hooray, freed it. All right, so remember what I said. This is gonna make a bit of a mess. All right, maybe a lot of a mess would be a better term for it. So just keep twisting. Whoop. And there we go. That was a bigger mess. So I'm gonna let that drip for a couple more minutes too. You do want to make sure though that the surface where you're gonna put your oil filter back is also clean. And I'm gonna show you a picture of that once I get this cleaned up. This right here is where your filter is gonna go. I'm just wiping the surface off. Your new oil filter has this rubber ring, and it's pretty dried up. So a good quick tip would be is to get it a tad bit of oil on it from the ones you just messed up. So it's just give it a couple of rinse spins and you should have it nice greased up. Remove the excess on it, and now I'm going to go ahead and attach it where it was before. This is supposed to be hand tight, but it's a bit slippery, so I'm just gonna So I'm just gonna wipe it down and just give it a hand tightening. Now I'm gonna put in my bolt, which goes over here with the new crush washer on it. Back in. Just gonna give it a dry up. Get everything cleaned up. Now I gotta tighten that bolt up. Now you tighten it. There we go. That way I know it's fully seated. My oil is fully seated. Now I do have, the reason I bought this is that I do have another one that I have not completely used from my last oil change, and there's still 2 quarts there. So I'm gonna dump those 2 quarts, and then I'm gonna use 2 extra quarts from here. Always a good idea to use a funnel, just so you don't make that much of a mess. Now these Valvoline ones do have a easy pour, as you see here. So it has a little neck, it's easy to pour, but quite honestly, I'm still prone to making mistakes. So I'm gonna go ahead. So as you see this one, it's hard to see on video. Well, you can see the line right there. See how it kind of moves up and down? This, when I play it on a flat surface, has exactly 2 quarts. So I'm gonna go ahead and dump these 2 in here. Go ahead and
open the second one. So pop that boy open. This one's full all the way to the top. So I need to bring it down. That's 5 quarts. I need to bring it down to 3 quarts, which is this one right here.
And I want to place it on the floor, make sure.
Yes, just about at 3. So I'm gonna stop there.
Take a towel. So I'm gonna pull out my dipstick. I'm going to wipe it down first. And I want you to see it actually has these little, if I can get it to focus, which is not going to happen apparently. Well, it has these little divots, and I have to be between here and here. Put the dipstick back on. Back in, sorry. Put it in there. Pop it out. Give it a quick look and see how I'm a bit wet right there, but only up to about halfway, which is right there. I'm good. I got the right amount of oil in there. Okay, put the dipstick back on. Make sure I close the oil cap. Just gonna give a quick look under the end. Just gonna wait a bit, make sure that there is no oil leaks. That is about it. We finished an oil change. All that's left right now is probably gonna turn on the car for about 10 minutes. Let it idle a bit. Check to see if I don't got any warning lights coming up. But that'll be it. You've completed an oil change. So the car's been running for about 10 minutes now. I haven't got any oil leaks on the floor or anything, which is awesome. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn it off and get back inside. As you see, it's not the best weather right now in Florida. All right, one last thing you have to do is reset your maintenance. The way you do it in this car is you're gonna go look at your iMid, you're gonna go to your menu, go to your vehicle information, maintenance info, and you'll see that you have 15 life and engine and oil. Again, I haven't done the tire rotation, but as you can see from above, well, not that well, but it's about to rain again. So I'm not going to be doing that. The middle button to reset, and it says would you like to reset. You're going to go ahead and select yes, and give it a second. Your maintenance issue has been reset, so it's back to 100. So you can go ahead and exit. So that was me just completing the oil change on my 2012 Honda Civic. This would be the same process for a 2013, 2015, 2014 and 2015, sorry, Honda Civics sedan and coupe, so 4-door and 2-door, with the exception obviously of the SI model variants from both 2-door and 4-door. Now I'm just gonna put back everything together again, put the plastic, the metal plate that goes on the bottom, like the little guard, and obviously the oil that you pulled out, take it to your local auto parts zone, be it Advanced Auto Parts, AutoZone, O'Reilly's, whatever it may be. In the back they will have a oil recycling tank. You can just take your oil and dump it in there, and that was an oil change on my car. Thanks for watching. I'm Ashley, and you just saw Weekend Hero.